Hi, I'm Jess, the Autistic chef, and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Jessica. Thank you to those people who watched my last episode on citrus chicken. Thank you especially to Adele, who said that she's not very good at cooking and so my teaching is really good. You don't have to be brilliant at cooking, Adele. You just need to try and enjoy it. Also thank you to Anna, who said it's a great idea for a weekday meal and she's going to try it out. I really hope you enjoy it, Anna. Before you do anything, you have to wash your hands. There is no exception. Today we will be making soya salmon and fried rice. This is what your finished product will look like. I hope you enjoy. For the fried rice, we will need 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 cup of rice, 125 grams of frozen peas, half a red pepper, mushrooms, 2 eggs beaten, 100 grams of mange tout, 125 grams of sweet corn, 4 spring onions, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of 5 Chinese spice, 1 green chilli, and some fresh coriander. For the salmon, we will need 4 salmon fillets, 2 cloves of garlic, however I will be using 3 as I really like garlic. If you want, you can use powdered garlic. 1 red chilli, just a little, and 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. First, we preheat the oven to 180 degrees. We are going to cut the garlic, but first we need to take the skin off. I'm going to be doing 3 cloves, but you'll probably do 1. Chop the ends of the garlic off and then peel the skin. It might take a little bit of time to peel the garlic. If you aren't skilled with a knife, you might want to use a garlic crusher, but if you've been using a knife for a while, like I have, and you're not strong enough to use the garlic crusher, then you'll chop the garlic. A technique is you hold down the blunt end of the knife and cut the garlic. Make sure there's no skin left on. Move the knife, making sure to keep the tip in the same place, then gather all the little bits of garlic and cut again. Don't worry if bits get stuck on the knife because they'll come off as you chop. Try and make the pieces as small as you can. There we go. Make sure that you try and get all the garlic off. You might want to use a fork, but I'm just going to touch the blunt end and wipe it off. You can slide the garlic onto the knife and then pour it into a bowl. You might want to wash your hands as they're going to get a bit sticky from this. Next, you're going to peel the ginger. Try and slant the ginger away. And if you don't like the smell of ginger, you can ask an adult to do it. But I love the smell of ginger. I'm going to cut this bit off because it's bumpy and so I won't be able to peel it. The skin of ginger is edible, so you don't need to make sure it's all off, but it doesn't taste as good with it on. If it starts getting hard, you can just cut the ginger skin off. Next, move the skin to one side and start grating the ginger. Slant the ginger grater thingy. Slant the ginger grater thingy, or whatever it's called, up like this and start grating the ginger. Every now and then you might want to get the ginger that's on one side off into the bowl. Just like in last episode, while grating the lemon or zesting the lemon, make sure that you do the right side when you're grating. Try grating it in different places on the ginger, as you keep grating it, it gets harder. That looks like it's just about enough. I'll get the last bits off and get to work on the hard bit, the chilli. Next we will prep the chilli. Warning, do not touch your eyes or go anywhere near your face or go to the toilet before washing your hands after doing chilli because it will sting. Now, so I'm going to cut the chilli this way, as if I cut it in half, the seeds will come out and that's the really spicy bit. If there are any seeds, scrape them off or pick them out. From now, make sure not to touch your face. We're only going to be using a bit of the chilli as it is very spicy. So cut off the amount you're going to need. Try and cut the chilli into small bits, just like when you did the garlic. Again, hold the blunt edge and start finely chopping. The chilli may keep together, but that's because of the skin. Don't feel worried if you need to pull it apart at the end. If you like a lot of spice, feel free to do more. But I'm doing a meal for somebody who doesn't like a lot of spice. And that person's my brother. Now I've done the chilli, I'm going to wash my hands very thoroughly. Next, we're going to pour the soya sauce into a small bowl just because it comes out fast and we don't want it too much into the sauce. We need 3 tablespoons of soya sauce. It comes out fast. Then you pour the soy sauce in the bowl into the bowl with the ingredient or marinade and you stir it. Oops. Don't stir too fast or else you'll spill. Try and get everything covered up in the soy sauce. We are going to put the salmon onto a foil tray. It's going to be quite slimy, so you could ask a grown-up to do this. I'm going to wash my hands because I really don't like the feel of raw salmon. We are going to pour the marinade over the salmon and we are going to use a spoon, or you can use the measuring spoons. Don't mind if some of the sauce goes off the salmon because that will just help flavour the sides and bottom of the salmon, and you might want to use the flat end or bottom of the spoon to spread out the sauce. Now we are going to leave that to marinade, and by that I mean we are going to put it to one side and just leave it. And then we're going to do the rice. Now we are going to use Jamie Oliver's version of cooking rice. We are going to need 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of boiling water. However, because it is boiling water and it is very dangerous, we are going to need an adult to help us. Mummy!
Hey Chef Jess, how can I help?
I'm going to need some help doing some rice. Can you put 1 cup of rice in and 2 cups of boiling water?
Sure, if you put the stove on, I'll get the boiling water.
Okay. 1 cup of rice first. And then I need 2 cups of boiling water. Don't forget to put the lid on. Now we are going to put a 7-minute timer on. After that 7-minute timer, we are going to turn off the heat, but we are not going to take the lid off, and we are going to put on another 7-minute timer. Now we are going to put the salmon into the oven. Now we are going to prep the veg. First we are going to half a pepper and then we are going to take out the seeds and slice it. We take off the top because that has the stalk and we pull out the seeds. And we also pull out the soft white bit as it tastes bitter. Don't worry if some seeds are stuck in because as we slice it we can always take it out. We're going to slice it like this. The rice is finished, now we are going to turn off the heat but keep the lid on. Now we keep prepping the veg. We are going to clean down the board and put the pepper into a bowl. Next we do the mushrooms. You can do them however you want. Just cut off the ends of the stalks and I'm going to finely chop them. Some of the ends aren't as dirty so you won't need to cut it off. However some, as you can see, are quite dirty so you will cut them off. Make sure you take off the dirt before you cut them. We are going to slice them and then we are going to chop up those slices. It doesn't matter how you do the mushrooms, but I'd like to do them like this. You could also just slice the mushrooms. You could even do a mix of some sliced and some diced. Now that I have finished the mushrooms and put them in a bowl, I'm going to move on to a spring onion. How you cut the spring onions is cut the end off. Cut the tail end off. And then you cut them into small circles. It doesn't need to be small, but some people like it small. Something that you can do is, instead of doing each individually, you do them both at the same time. I love spring onion. It is quite spicy though. If you know why spring onions are called spring onions, then comment down below. Now I've finished the spring onion, because I am cooking for some people who don't like spring onion, I'm going to put it in a separate bowl and when I serve I'm going to only put it on the plates of the people that do like spring onion. We are going to do the green chilli. Warning again, do not touch your face while you are doing the chilli. We are going to do a sliver off both sides because once again the seeds are really spicy. Then you're going to finely chop the chilli. Now we've done the chilli and slid it to one side and washed our hands very thoroughly, we are now going to beat the eggs. So first you crack the eggs by bashing it gently on the bowl. Break the egg open. Now you crack the next egg. You might want to wash your hands after you've done this next step. Now you beat the eggs. Using a fork, you quickly stir or beat the eggs round in the bowl. Now we are ready to cook the veg. Have a pan on high heat with the handle facing away from the edge. We are going to pour roughly 2 tablespoons of oil into the frying pan. Be careful because it comes out quickly. And then put in the mushrooms and peppers. Don't be alarmed if it sizzles because it will. We are going to cook this for a few minutes until soft and we are going to stir while we do it. Don't stir it too much as that will stop the food from cooking. Now I'm going to add the rice and the peas. We are going to leave it for 3 to 4 minutes, however we are going to stir occasionally. Make sure that it all gets mixed in so it isn't just a blob of mushrooms and peppers and then a blob of peas and rice. We are going to push it all to one side and then pour in the egg. We leave it for a little bit and then we break it up and stir it in. We are now going to mix it in. Don't worry if it looks raw on the top of the egg because it will be cooked on the bottom and that's good. We are going to add our final ingredients. Sweet corn, mange tout, the chilli. Then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice. If you want, you can do a tiny bit more. And then 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. I'm going to do it on top of one of the bowls I've already used because it comes out fast. As you add any liquid, it sizzles, so don't be alarmed if that happens. Now we are going to stir it. As you can see, all the egg is now cooked. That smells good. Now that the salmon has been in the oven for 20 minutes, we can serve. And I'm going to sprinkle over some spring onion and some coriander. I hope you've been following along and I hope you enjoy your meal. Thank you for cooking with us if you have. Goodbye! Mushrooms are my favourite vegetable and I sometimes eat them raw.